Hi everybody, it's Angelo, and today we're going to do a circular movement in the hip joint. And we're going to take our leg in a big circle. The reason I like these circular movements is because it really engages our tissue fibers, our muscles, tendons, ligaments, and fascia to slide relative to each other. I've got a rope here to illustrate what I'm talking about. So I don't know if you can see these little dots on this rope. But as we move, you can see how this rope or the fibers of our body will tend to glide relative to each other. So that's ideally what we want throughout our connective tissue. In the night, or when you're sedentary and you're not moving too much, if you can imagine little pieces of gum that lay down in between these fibers. And over time, when they're not moving, they'll start to harden and cement. And that's when you start to feel tightness and stiffness in your tissues. So that's why it's important to kind of move and get our tissue fibers to slide relative to each other. So, and rather than just going one direction, we're gonna do a circular movement, which takes these fibers gliding in a more three-dimensional aspect. I don't know if this illustrates it too well, but if you just think of those two fibers and now you got a bunch of them together and you're moving in this circular motion, it just incorporates a more three-dimensional gliding in our tissue fibers. So we're gonna do that for our hamstrings. That's a common complaint of tightness. So I'm gonna show you a way to get more glide or more extensibility in your hamstring with this circular movement. So let's get to it. All right, we're gonna come onto the ground with your arms about 45 degrees away from your body, something like that. And legs are gonna be straight. And I'm gonna show you a simple progression. So I'll show you the movement first. Basically, it's just taking the straight leg up and around to the side and back down, going inward first and then going outward. The way to progress for that first is to bend your knee and just take the knee around and up and out to the side and then back down. That way you can kind of check the movement and see if it's gonna feel okay for you. Again, none of this should be painful. You shouldn't be straining yourself as you do this. You kind of want to make this as challenging but as effortless as possible. So to begin, you want to take the foot that's going to be still on the ground, your shoulders and your arms and a little bit of your head, you want to press them back as you lift this leg. So everything that's contacting the ground, you just want to kind of press back as this leg comes across and up. That'll form like a sort of a tripod to allow you to get this leg up higher and get a little bit more stability and control as you move this leg around. So you want to do maybe 3 to 5 in one direction. So I would suggest alternating and taking the other leg up and around, and you just want a smooth movement throughout. Okay, I'll give you another angle from over here. Press arms and head and that heel back into the ground. Keep this leg straight as you can. Doesn't have to be totally straight, but in that direction. Come big and around. Okay, the other way is after you've done 3 or 5 on each side, go ahead and go the other direction. So now you're gonna go out to the side and then up and around. You can hear my voice strain a little bit because it's not too easy. So just be kind to yourself. This is going to require a lot of movement in the hip and the low back. So just go with your own comfortable range and slow down and do it nice and steady. So I hope you enjoyed that. Leg circles, get to it.